Welcome on back everyone to ToD Warhammer 3 in part 17 of our Malakai Makaisson Immortal Empires campaign. We are here in the smoking oil fields of the Darklands to throw hands with Gnarla Negsnappa and his wall. And I guess also Snazdrog, the Pig Kissa, who was single-handedly responsible for destroying one of our smaller settlements earlier. We have the upper hand, as Auto-Resolve does say here, and for some reason we are not actually in the Underways. We have some pretty good... honestly, some pretty good arcs of fire here for our basically our Slayer checkerboard. We'll have the Dwarf Warriors be the front line, the Quarrelers be the secondary line, with the Grudge Rakers taking our flanks, and also the Slayer Pirates doing the same, just keeping any of these trolls well away from the important units. That way our boys can keep on firing. See if we can do a little bit better than Auto-Resolve. To the field. Alright. So the oil fields do allow us a pretty good opportunity to force the enemy to come across to us. They do have some artillery where our first group does not, so we need to basically hold out for 45 seconds before we can launch those gyrocopters and break some apart. Let's go ahead and start deploying. We will go ahead and have... I do actually think we want some Thunderers on our front lines. We'll go ahead and have... Thunderers... You lads will go immediately with the Warriors. Quarrelers, Warriors, Quarrelers, Warriors. And then we'll grab Thunderers last there. Drag them out wide. Snag all of our Quarrelers except for these Grudge Rakers and pull them all back just a bit. Push the Grudge Rakers forward to the edge, that way they're actually able to fire the entire time. A bit more like that. For the rest of these boys, we'll just kind of... didn't hold shift. Still didn't hold shift. What is going on here? See, now I just need to get these guys and get them down into... manage to get them down as square as possible, that way they're easy to turn and fire on any flankers. Group these guys down a little bit more. I'm going to pull the Grumbling Guard back more than I normally would. That way they may have an opportunity to attack the flanks of these Dwarf Warriors. We'll also go ahead and have Iron Drakes scattered amongst, so I'd say about... you're ready to break the front line. Or we can go for kind of a layered fire like so. For this center line here. Which I quite like. Then we can have our Rune Lord defending this side, or proper defending the other side. Torpedo Iron Drakes ready to fire over the top and mess up any big boys that are going to try to make that attack. We'll do long drongs and one other on this angle. Be our wings. These three can do the same over here. Push one of them forward. And they'll be our aggressive flank. Alright, we'll grab our single entities, all of our infantry lads, which I'm going to not include our Thunderers in. Let's grab gunpowder units, Quarrelers, and then the Slayers. Alright, we'll try to move up to take this middle position after the enemy artillery has been dealt with. Let's take it to them. We need to do any amount of falling back for their artillery. We absolutely will. They can only fire... actually, not that far, so... let's move on up. Take some positions. We'll have the different groups of Slayers. Aggressively hold the wings there. They won't like a charge from our core boys, but as soon as they're able to get those... blades swinging back, they do a lot of damage. No anti-large on them though, so you do have to keep that in mind. They're content to wait on us though, which works for me. We're about to get some gyrocopters. They don't actually have any missiles over here at all besides these Orc Era boys, and I guess they have two of them. So they can do a little bit of damage to us, but we can just bomb them away. Go ahead and sum them on in. Deal as much damage to the Hammer of Orc as we can. And I will bomb these lads here if I can. So, good old shift 1. Hit him with it. Oh, a couple of them blasted the tower. How unfortunate. Really good first set of damage on the Hammer of Gork, though. A lot of blobbed up orcs. See if we can't do some damage. And bombs away. Turret fire. We've got 33 seconds. They have 27, so their reinforcements will be here much sooner. Need you boys to deal with these Hammer of Gork. Whoa. Because I clicked in a way that it moved our lads. He's using his Arachnarok as a shield. That's an awesome... I'm here for that strategy. Using his Arachnarok spider as a shield. I've never seen that before. Clever AI. We've got 2 seconds before our boys are here. We'll have to keep blasting away at the Hammer of Gork. Let our aggressive individuals come get in line. So we'll have Longbeards set up here and onto this side. Normal Dwarf Warriors will come into the back just for any kind of reinforcements we might need. 2 Warriors over here. 1 all the way across, and we'll grab the kind of just the Quarrelers and set them up in the back. So, you guys here. Just to be a nuisance on anything that wants to come on up. We don't necessarily need to come all the way across, because it's going to take them a long time. So who do I have going all the way across there? Is these guys here? Which one was it? Oh no, it's the normal warriors. Sweet. Okay, so you guys kind of start moving up and blasting rocks towards their archer teams for me. You guys come on a little ways back towards the Thunderers. They're going to be a huge help. No hurry. There's a little bit of a hurry. You two move forward a bit. Being in the water is not what we want, is it? Alright, here's what we'll do then. Oh. Back just a bit. Don't have a lot of time, so move quickly, lads. Slayers, you move up and go after the stone trolls. There is still the Hammer of Gork, so we want to make sure you guys are actually trying to fire on them. Get some duel going on with the enemy rock lava. Our warriors are getting into place. Nothing's really going to handle this flank here. It's got all the long beards and everything. Alright, you two hop into shield mode. Let's go run down the pump wagons. I mean, the troll's charged, but looks like long drongs and boys are ready for him. Scare them off quickly. That's one unit of trolls gone. Go ahead and fall back, boys, so we actually have some cover. Give them the business. Enemy army is completely disorganized. They're not really sure what to do, so pull our artillery back just a bit and make sure we completely own these flanks here. Alright. Pop your Dark Protection spell there. That way we've got plenty of ward saves and get you to work. Build up those Grimnir's runes. How charged are they at the moment? Just 1%. He's fighting large targets. Come on back. Don't worry about keeping them bogged down for too long there. Looks like those trolls want to come on back and have another helping of doom. Actually, they're maybe being a bit clever here. Split the fire just a little bit. What a glorious line we have going here. Let's make sure all of these new guys are in guard mode. Except for you guys here. Oh, spells away. Ooh, nice shot. Into our Iron Drakes. We drop charge speed. How big of an area? Or is it just for one unit? Just for one unit. Alright, let's slow Grogut the goblins then. Let's chase those stone trolls all the way off the field. God, I love the sound of the Grudge Rakers. There you're gonna make aggressively quick work of those pump wagons. Charge them on in. Have some warriors step up just in case we need. Ooh, Iron Drakes, you guys hang out. You're doing your job fine. Start blowing up Grogut. Perfect stuff, lads. Go ahead and bring some more warriors up front here. That flamethrower cone is doing work. They're out of shield wall mode now because of being caught in melee. Bring you on back. Same thing with the Slayer Pirates here. Probably have them charge down these air boys. Get the Snotly Pump Wagons first there, my friends. Front line of Dwarfs taking some pretty serious damage. Troll Hammers, let's go after this great Shaman next. You guys need to kind of each be dealing with individual groups of Goblin Archers. They don't do a lot of damage, but it's more than we want. What's been going on over here? You guys go ahead and... Long Drongs is dealing with you a lot, no problem. For our, I guess, our normal Slayer Pirates. Go ahead and chase them down. It says they're a high threat, but they're really not. Turning clobber some Goblin Archers over on this side. Looks like these boys are a little bit way too close, so pull them back behind and let the Great Axe Warriors get to work. Hold the line there, lads. You guys kind of come up, deal with these archers here. Our Lord's doing fine. We'll go ahead and activate Dark Protection and send him in after the Ragnarok, which is getting absolutely clobbered. The shotguns being to work over there. It is absolutely a Ragnarok season. Only a few lads aren't fighting. Looks like we should need you guys to move in and help out with these warriors here. Taking quite a bit of damage. Enemy coordinates gone. Just deleted. See you later, bud. Maybe next time. Bring these Thunderers up, have them start dealing with these Orc boys. They should delete rather quickly. Ordnance ready. Weren't really using all that much runic magic here, which is impressive for our boys. They held the line admirably. No, we can't do both, huh? I thought we could. No double dipping on the spells. Slayer Pirates come round. Help your brothers. Let's go ahead and launch rocks somewhere else. We're not doing too much friendly fire damage here. Here comes a brand new Shaman. Would you like to meet our shotguns, good sir? Probably not. And that's that. Looks like some of the more devout goblins are still fighting. But the peppery, oh, those are orcs. Peppery shot from our shotguns should see them running away. What a glorious victory. I don't think we quite managed to secure as good a one as Auto-Resolve would have, but it was still gloriously fun. Alright, well, we do manage to secure the close victory, which is not bad. 413 kills going to the Grudge Settler flamethrowers there, as one would expect. We gained ourselves a Lichbone Pennant, though, which will be very good at hunting down any kind of Savage Orc nonsense, or even the Great Shamans themselves, which usually have a good bit of physical resist to them. We'll see if he has magical attacks. We'll give the Lichbone Pennant over to him. We will go ahead and also attract replacements.
Fight! Die!
Now they come after Waldenhof once more. How brave you are, Herman. Now we've got Bok the Lethal has fallen. Well, maybe not fallen for our trap, but definitely has moved on over to try to attack. We can just give this one the auto-resolve. Nice and simple. Dealing with Bok and his chieftain. We'll go ahead and snag Drink to Victory for a little bit more experience, income, and control.
Roll out the barrel. A friendly face is always welcome.
It's always welcome. Non-aggression pact for Averland. It sounds good. They're holding out on some of their gold, but we'll allow it this time. They don't really have much of a military force, just a bunch of cows. And Marius, he managed to fight off the unicorns by himself, though, so he is a trusted ally. No one believed him. Garagrim almost looks like Garagrim was building up Grudges. No, that's just Kislev being Kislev. Got season campaigner for Norgrim after throwing hands far from the capital.
Garagrim Iron
Love to
Fist.
see it. Alright, Garagrim, you get moving over towards Pop Pop, who is down in Sylvania.
Waves cannot stop you.
Exactly. Waldenhoff was sacked once more. Man, they're trying everything they can, aren't they? Now we need to use a hero to perform an action against Ekrund for 2,500. I mean, sure.
You
Skaldor, go scout those ruins. Perfect. The Dragonback grudge has been settled. As witnessed by a vengeful Grimnir, the orcs have taken great delight in reminding us of their claim on the Dragonback Mountains, of how they have defiled Ekrund and stolen its wealth. Enough. Even if we lack the stout hearts to take it back, we can spike their grog. Let us give them a taste of dwarf medicine. Well, it looks like their grog has already been spiked by Warpstone. They have turned it into rats. Give us a little bit of gold just for the heck of it. Oh, good. Darth Brooks is out. Yeah, it looks like Ikitclaw is much more powerful than normal. I'll take great pleasure in dismantling his empire. We shall move on the Bitterstone Mine, sack it of course, because all that glitters belongs to the Dawi. Glorious. Orgrim the Audacious. What? He is filled with audacity. We'll go ahead and just take the Bitterstone Mine. Get it mined up.
Send me to vengeance.
Funnily enough, there are no mine options in the Bitterstone Mine, just sadness and dust. Saltworks at Dr. Oz, and the good old tannery here at Varenka Hills. Make sure we're good and trade-worthy. You're in a lot of trouble there, Empire, if you don't leave soon. Oh. Elgi? Elgi? That's not gonna last for long. Before we go in here and waste our stuff in the forge, we will stop the improved blasting charges for a moment and grab our heavy armor plating. Combining runes of lifting with heavy armor plate increases protection without compromising a copter's ability to fly. Gives us 25 or 15 more armor. Lovely to love for it to be 25. And 10% more missile resistance. Glorious stuff. So now we're down to Shrek Murderer.
If he wants it done right.
Many lads named Murderer around us. Seems like we're in a sketchy area. We'll grab a rally for the boys, and then
Demon Slayer.
Route March for a Demon Slayer. Big Papa will give you a grudge against the Foul, or... Nah, we do need advance for it. Just giving us more Oath Gold faction-wide. So good.
It is time.
It is time. So for his Thane, Wanderer gives our Rangers Snipe, so that sounds like he's mostly for Clan Angrund. He's a sneaky boy too, gives him Vanguard and Stalk. Ironbeard is flammable for himself. How many fire-based units do we have in this army? Ooh, just enough to make that one lovely. Or Keeper of the Gate for Guardian, which we don't really need because all of our Hammerers are going to have Guardian already. You can't double up on said passive, so it should be the Ironbeard. Extra ammunition for all of our Iron Drakes, Iron Breakers, and Miners, and then flammable effect. So we need to keep him up front next to our fiery boys.
Aye.
Kun Halfhound. Half-hand. We're just going to go for sharpened weapons, make sure our blades are Rappa sharp. Rappa honed. Tormentor sword for the half-handed one. Probably just for Thori, that way you can keep them locked in place for the flamethrowers to annihilate. Then we can give the brass cleaver over to the lad that we don't really want in combat as much. The half-handed one, which is going to give 8 more melee attack for everyone in range, so if we're keeping him in with our front line, it'll make them a bit more bitey. Runes of Rabies. Oh yeah, Stone Mine Tower is about to go down to Garth. His horrible Skaven country music.
The axe thirsts
This is
for
no
war.
comment on real people named Garth. This is what Skaven Garth's about.
There is will.
Alright, Mugga. If I know what you have, our lads can handle you. We can at least go for Duke Jared here. Come here, buddy.
Let us settle this.
We're getting rid of you right here, right now. We're not calling our allies to help because he's a scary rogue army. We don't want them to break alliances.
I am no child.
So be it. I don't think you have the lady's protection if you're a bandit, Duke Jared. The bandito. He's got one mortar and just a bunch of knights and some battle pilgrims. It shan't save you. So wow, the son of my garrison of Varanka Hills took some hits. Thanks for sticking your faces in the fray there, lads. We'll drink to victory. Jared's errantry has been wiped out. And now... Mugga. Oh, excuse me? Which one was this? The greenskin quest chain goblin hewer. That's probably why. They're expecting you to just annihilate them with goblin hewers. Which, good grief, you're gonna need. This is a scary army.
No.
He's just been sitting here for a while, building up experience.
Summon me if you dare.
How many more grudge bearers do we have? Not very many. Now I'd prefer to give him proper slayers and longbeards. Anad. Let's do old Purebeard here for Morgrimson. Actually, Purebeard is kind of a waste for the long term, so we'll go Root Marcher and... I guess you don't have that many options, do you? Yes, I guess we'll circle back around to doing what we already did.
Wisdom of the
Training for Rurik, followed by... probably spread control, actually.
to war.
Then here with Hockenhoff, we'll grab Flemish troops and spread control. Keep the holds in order. I wish he would come out and start doing damage to some of the other armies here. Our squad's definitely not enough to take on nothing but Arachnaroks and Giants, so we'll leave them be for now. Probably keep an eye on what's happening with the Skaven. So let's pop into Varanka Hills. And I guess we might have to go into Global. Let's see if our allies have anything useful here. Alright, Magical China, you're not doing all that great right now. Now, northern provinces are doing fine, but West is not. Reichland has some useful units. We don't have enough allegiance for them to use them. And the Orthodoxy is doing alright for themselves. You know, I wouldn't mind a Frost Worm, we just can't afford them yet. Alright, fair enough. Such is the way. We also don't have a lot of income, and I think most of that's because of our drinking to victory, so we need to be a little bit careful. The Rangers aren't going to be useful for us at all, simply because we don't have... I don't have Clan Angren's buffs for it, so let's grab the Slayers, and then... I wanted 1 unit of Longbeards. How many turns is that going to take? 2? Sounds good to me. We'll get the army set up how I wanted it. 1 more unit would be great, but I don't want to overburden, and if I need to, I'll just chuck in Ulthar's Raiders, which are pretty great, because they can drop down their little marked by Ulthar ability, which allows you to kind of delete with artillery or whatever you really want. Alright.
I have the forge fires glowing.
I have the forge fires glowing.
Malakai Makaisson.
That's expensive and we don't need it, so Malakai, let's get moving. Wanna hunt down Tamarkand. There's no telling where he went. But we do need to wipe out the gallows trees. Let's go in the airship travel. Jump up this way to deal with the gallows tree. And we'll cycle back around. Malakai is pretty much just in bully anyone he sees mode. No one can stop him. Nolgrim, we can just have you karate chop Kirk's running his forehead. You have magical attacks? You already do, so we'll give it to your ward for now, because he has an ability that gives it to him as well. Yoink. Here, let me hit you on the forehead with the old lightsaber. We'll get the replacements.
Win the battle, they will come.
Bring the battle, they will come.
Bane of demons.
Chop Durbach on his forehead, too. Just keep building up that experience.
Die glorious.
It's an awesome animation sound. Pretty sure that's not how it always has been. It's very loud. So apologies if you are getting blasted away by it. I think it sounds great.
Fight, die, revel in
Looks like there's likely some Skaven here. Or did we just lose the Gates of Zar to them? Okay, we'll just colonize then.
Everything was dwarven once. This is again.
Everything was dwarven once. This is again. Let's do granary and a drinking hall there. Just wait for the next wave of Skaven to arrive. Hopefully they don't before our watch room goes in. We'll see though, won't we? Who's next, Kevin?
Demon Slayer.
Kevin the Demon Slayer.
Glory in a watery too.
Let's loot this carcass as well. Wendy Gordy and her merry band rise to meet us, and they are sunk once more. We will take the replenishment here as well,
They will come.
making him a skipper. And fighting us a monster of the sea. Before you can reach the sea monster's corpse, you'll suddenly accosted by a horde of undead pirates. We beat them up, took their gold, and some experience.
Hey up.
Hurry up. And so then, Kevin, we'll send you north to go after Bellicor's lackeys.
Killed many. More to come.
It's shared, so it looks like we should still
Watch for the
replenish here. All day travel, hand out the items to, or the skills to Uldor and the other engineer. Alright, so he's got triangulation and requisition sorted, so let's go ahead and just grab hand loaded to buff up his damage, and then kind of the same thing here, so we'll go for technical enhancements, gives him more armor. Cost of maintenance is melee defense and health. Let's go for that first. Norgrim, you shall soon be able to buff up your Slayer's casualty replenishment and upkeep, so let's go ahead and start working on that. Give them more weapon strength and missile strength. Garem will have you go for sharpened weapons once more. We'll max that on out and then finish off his rune table there.
My anger burns.
Alright, here they come. The ambush. Oh, actually, they're in march stance, aren't they? Ooh. Those are just normal plague bears. What am I oohing about? Normal plague bears and a bunch of meat for the meat grinder. Let's get them.
For the king.
Ooh, a Pyrrhic victory. How glorious. Let's take to the field. He's got all of the RORs, so Sibilant Slaughtercade, Sour Guts, Barons of the Bog, Flesh Hounds, Shrieking Skyrays. Lots of ROR here. We'll just need to mouse over, see what their abilities are out when we're fighting, but really, Slanesh and Khorne working together. And what kind of spells do you have, Karn? Oh, done. Not very much armor either, so we'll want to turn our guns to him as soon as he shows up. Sweet, let's get him. Alright, so when they do close the gap, I mean, we're still going to take quite a bit of damage. So we were going to want to be fairly decisive with who we deal with first. So what I'm going to do is have Morgrim's Fury sitting up front, harassing away at the Sky Rays and the Chaos Furies there, dealing with all of their flyers that might be able to help deal with him, with the gyrocopters kind of being on either flank. Great thing about fighting Chaos is they don't have any missiles, per se, as long as they don't have any hell cannons. As long as you deal with their flyers, you are free reign to blast away at whatever their important targets they have left. So we'll grab a firing line here in the back on this mountainside then. I'm gonna hit control down once. I wanted them to be in a group of 3 like this. That's what I was looking for. So not all the way compact, just enough that they're in a nice little formation. Sweet. And then we'll set up heroes up front so I know what I'm working with. Let's have you take this angle. You can be guarded by the Frostworm, and then we've got, in terms of missiles, Scolder Guard and the Grudge Settler Drakes. We'll have them kind of at the same Want them in the same kind of layered formation as last time. It is very useful if we can get it to actually work. Just gotta set them up on either side of this ravine. Do business, and then I'm gonna have the Grim Delvers go in the middle of them. So that is a cone of absolute demise. Perfect, I think. We may not need the Grim Delvers here. That might be extreme overkill. We'll have them defending this hillside, and we'll have the Norgrimlings instead. Kind of like so. Perfect. So you guys come back just a little bit, make sure no one gets through there. Same thing here, we'll have... So we've got, besides them, 3 warriors, 2 great weapons, and then our specialist. Interesting. Then we've got our quarrelers, of course, we need to go ahead and deploy, so let's go ahead and set you guys up a little bit more forward. You guys can be still on this hillside, wherever you're at. Just to make sure that our guys keep firing through. Completely unobstructed. Scoot them forward. Probably instead of being layered like they are, we'll just kind of have them shooting directly forward, and we'll burn them if we need to. Right on the edge, you come a little bit more further in. Okay, perfect. And then we've got our Dwarf Warriors, which we'll have on this side. We need them to be a pretty good undivided line because the Demonettes will try to flank. Warriors of Dragon fire pass here. Try not to shoot any of your brethren in the back. That's the fastest way to take the Slayer Oath, and we'd rather none of you do so unless we have to. Hammerers here. Defending the flank. Same thing with these Longbeards, and then the Explosive Boys will kind of keep ready for if anything gets too spicy. Cool. So after that long setup, you're ready to go. Infantry. God mode. Missile Boys. Oh wait, not our quarrelers. They need some help. Set you boys up here. We're a little bit closer to our artillery than I normally would like, but I think we can make it. I think we can make it work. Iron Drakes. Let's come on down to their level. That way we can see if they are obstructed. I don't think so. We'll find out really fast though, won't we?
Bring them down.
Alright. So we'll get Missile Boys in their group with the artillery. Single entities come on in with Team Super Cool, and then we'll grab Morgrim's Fury in the team. They are active first. We give them more armor. Speed melee attack is hilarious. Yeah, let's do that off the bat. Let's see how close we can get them. Get our copters all together so we can get them extra speed. Alright, that'll begin. Let's go for the speed. I lost it already. Yoink. Sweet, now move forward. Let's start blasting away these Furies first. They should be the easiest targets. Have you fire your harpoon towards the Herald of Khorne. Don't get too close. They're still a horribly dangerous target for us. They're moving quick our way, aren't they? Keep blasting those Furies. Frostworm come out a little bit more. We'll have you guys kind of rotate ever so slightly. Alright, they made it into our choppers, which is really not great. So have you come on, turn on round. We got no choice but to fall back and hope our... Get them. Artillery, let's go for the Demonettes. Alright, we got those Furies caught up in what they didn't want. They got annihilated. We We gotta do the same thing with the Sky Rays now. Ooh, the Flesh Hounds chose different targets. Let's go ahead and get us some armor up front. Help them out. Fire rolling. Alright, let's start chucking explosives. I say on the Princes of Perfection once they make it in. Start chopping them up. Fire on the Sky Rays, you come on back in. We've got a flying demon now. Oh, I forgot to use my my summon, boys. Unfortunate. Coppers, come on back around. We need you to kind of just hang out here. Demonette versus... is not a fight the Demonette wants, I guarantee. I'll get my tools. Shrieking Sky Rays are surrounding Morgrim's Fury only to get annihilated. He can bog down for a moment. That is perfect. Start launching rocks at the advancing troops next. Got guns. I think you should be able to rotate around to the flanks here and be very nasty. We need help. Our backline's getting overrun. Unfortunate. They got lots of armor piercing. We'll also have the hammers have to come on in to help, otherwise we're in trouble there. Blast him. I don't mind him coming on in to try to fight our Runesmith. Won't go nearly as well as he thinks. Go ahead and slow Karn down and weaken that charge bonus. Hitting Big Papa here is amazing. Actually, let's get that harpoon. Shooting towards Karn. Back to fire at will. Go for the Severed Claw. They've got it into our flamethrower. Not great. Boys dance right back on in Slaughtercade, which are going to have a terrible, horrible time. One over this direction. Spear. Actually, the spear might have missed. It does rarely, but it does miss. You come on out, Slobber, Horns follower here. These Dawi warriors, you surround him. Leaving you one and all. Even you, Icy Worm. Might bring you on back though, so we're not. Actually, you can charge on into these poor fools. Morgrim's Fury can handle it. Let's grab your artillery team, pull it in and back. Looks like these guys get jumped off their charges. Alright, it's another Lord down. I think the demons aren't going to stand for much more of this fighting. Little to the Sour Guts know. Frostworm's favorite snacks are sour little yogurt balls. They're very loud though. Angry creatures. And that's a victory. And they claim to be Pyrrhic. I think we did quite a bit better. I'm gonna round up as many of these demons as we can, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, and thanks to our flying supremacy blimp, we managed to backhand Orkalor and his buddy Karn straight through the wall. The Lesser Kevin has been annihilated once more, so we'll go ahead and just grab the ransom. It is very, very enticing. We're gonna go ahead and just go for the drink to victory and slink on back to our own settlement, try to drop that buff one off.
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
All we're really doing is defending while they build up grudges, because it is not... They're not doing a fast job of it, are they? They're bad supervillains.
What do you want?
Alright, well, while you're here, Inspiring Presence, Realm Marcher. Almost in to strike the runes, so let's go ahead and grab Rune of Breaking. Almost there.
I do.
I'll do. We'll give you Flash Bomb and a Triangulation. Start buffing up the missile strength.
Rune Lord.
Wind Bar, True Eye will give you Spread Control and Stubborn Defiance. Start buffing up his physical resistance. Survivability is always extremely useful.
Iron Will.
Winterpire needs itself a new Dwarfen dock. Whether man-made or natural, a harbor is a place for vessels to wait out Stormfell's rage. Indeed. Go ahead and grab the trading depot as well, start building up a little bit more in terms of our Oath Gold. And a guard hall to help Winterpire hold the line. Doran, you've nearly made it to Shrocken. 15 units only is probably a little bit too small. Let's pop into Shrocken.
For the wisdom of Valea.
I was giving him Iron Breakers. It was going to be an all fire and Iron Breaker based army, which is lots of fun. No ROR. Okay. Well then, you've got two Iron Breakers. We'll give you some kind of cheap and cheerful Dobby Warriors to help you hold the line. And then 4 Bombers, 2 Flamethrower Boys. This is a nasty army. What it really needs is just another Ground Flamethrower. And then maybe some Slayers to help keep enemies away, the large targets that is. Let's go 1 more Ground Flamethrower. Yeah, and we'll grab in some Giant Slayers, or even just the Grudge Settler Slayers when we can. Sweet. Don't like the Kastaltson is moving down towards Kradak Vlag. We need to make sure we claim some land before he is able to.
Demon Slayer.
Stuck down here. Let's come on, zoom on in. Find the lords that haven't been moved, which thankfully is Ungrim. We can move it directly on a Drakenhof. There's nowhere really that Herman is going to be able to get to. So we just go directly after Drakenhof.
No.
Vostos and Sigwald are down here.
I must fulfill
Yeah, be
my
easy. Let's get 'em.
Slayer oath.
Let's get them. Close victory. Oh, you would take down my Grudge Settler Slayers. I think not. We'll have ourselves the fall of Castle Drakenhof in the next episode. Thank you all so much for stopping by today. It's Malakai Makaisson campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Throne. See you all in the next one.